Continuing professional development is a lifelong activity to ensure that you develop your professional competence, upgrade your skills, and keep yourself appraised of developments. For directors, it includes corporate governance, developments in the corporate sphere, legal, regulatory and market, and your own functional skills. These are likely to include strategy and management, and could also include finance, legal, human relations, etc. Remember, where regulation and litigation are concerned, ignorance is not an excuse. I'm Richard Winfield, the founder of Brevi Group, and I'd like to introduce you to CPD for Directors, and in particular the CPD Year Planner and Record document, my personal CPD record that is supplied in your starter pack. At director level, you're expected to have a broad range of skills and experience and a high level of awareness of current affairs. CPD covers a wide range of activities, from reading a national newspaper and monitoring TV and radio news, to attending formal courses. Your CPD objectives can include generally developing your skills, keeping up to date with developments, and targeting specific new skills and competencies. CPD is a personal journey owned and managed by you. Most professional institutions have CPD requirements, expecting you to undertake up to 30 hours CPD every year. CPD schemes normally work on the basis of collecting points related to the time devoted to learning. For an activity to count towards CPD points, it must be relevant to your career, contain significant intellectual or practical content, and have a clear learning objective and outcome. Many workshops and events for professionals advertise the relevant points that can be earned, and might even provide a certificate of attendance or completion as evidence. Schemes are normally trust-based, but you do need to keep a record. My personal CPD record has been designed for you to do this, and in addition provides a structure for creating an effective personal development plan and following it through a 12-month period. It runs from September to August, because not only does this match the academic year in the Northern Hemisphere, but it also recognises August as the major holiday period, an excellent time for reflection and planning. I recommend that your professional development plan should include a mix of general and strategic objectives and a mix of different types of activity. These typically include reading, books, newspapers and magazines, including The Economist, specialist media such as the Harvard Business Review and professional journals, newsletters and blogs. Courses, self-study programs, online or DVDs, live workshops, short courses, professional education courses leading to relevant qualifications. Events, networking event talks, but not including the social time, conferences and exhibitions, webinars and podcasts, study visits. Activities, planning or research for an article or presentation in relation to business, economics, corporate governance, or other subjects for the public benefit. Providing coaching or mentoring, membership of a committee or working party of a professional institution, trade association, etc. The Institute of Directors recommends that you plan your development programme in advance and over a reasonable period, say 2 years, in terms of what you wish to achieve and the steps you will take to do so. They suggest 3 questions to consider when completing your CPD record. How relevant was the learning to your career? Can you state how you will use that learning? And can you provide evidence of having undertaken specific learning activities? Peter Honey and Alan Mumford have identified 4 different learning styles. Understand your own learning preferences and you're in a better position to select learning experiences that suit your style and to learn how to benefit from other means of learning. Activists like to learn by trial and error. Reflectors like to be told. They like to be briefed before proceeding. Theorists need to be convinced. They seek clarity and ask, does this make sense? And pragmatists need to be shown. They like an expert to demonstrate. The Chartered Management Institute recommends using all 4 styles in a cycle. Reflection, what are my needs or objectives? Planning, what am I going to do? Evaluation, what have I learned? And action, what have I done? In addition, you should include a revision cycle in which you review recent learnings 2 or 3 times to mitigate the natural loss of memory with time. Perhaps review recent entries each time you update your CPD record. The purpose of your CPD activity is to develop your knowledge, skills, attitudes and behaviours. This is where reflection is so important. I recommend that you obtain a luxury notebook or journal in which you can record your thoughts about your learnings and their application. The year starts with self-analysis and goal setting and ends with a review of achievement. This should then feed into the self-analysis and goal setting in next year's record. Many people find that a daily journaling session is valuable and rewarding, and some of the most influential people in history have kept journals. Not only is a journal a record of your progress, it is an excellent way of raising your awareness, and keeping a private journal can be cathartic. Journaling is a great way to organise your thinking and to get lots of ideas and topics swirling around in your head, out of your brain and onto the page where you can deal with them. The first stage is to obtain your luxury notebook, preferably with a leather binding in a series that you can add to over the years. Your journal should ideally be a physical thing. This is not an exercise for your tablet or phone. There's something creative and engaging about the physical act of writing. Its pace slows you down and gives you more time for your thoughts to come in. And you can use coloured pens and include sketches, diagrams and mind maps. However, if you're more comfortable typing, there are lots of apps designed for the purpose. One thing to decide at the start is whether this is to be a private journal. If so, then you're likely to be more relaxed and honest in what you write. Journaling is not the same as keeping a diary. Use your CPD record to record activities. Your journal is a creative space in which you both record and develop your ideas. Here are 3 ways that you could use one. First, daily objectives and achievements diary. First thing or last thing, whichever works best for you, record what you intend to achieve, what you did achieve and what you've learned. You should also start to note down what you're grateful for. As well as the content these notes generate, they will train your mind to start noticing and inquiring naturally, and you will automatically raise the level of your awareness. 2. Free writing or stream of consciousness. Free writing is one of the most effective and easy forms of journaling. The idea is to write for a specified length of time, usually 10 minutes, and to fill a specified number of pages, and not to stop until the timer's sounded or the pages are full. What you write about is not important, only that you write and that you do it without stopping, without thinking, without evaluating or judging what you write. There's no need to be intimidated by an empty page. If you don't know what to write or you dry up, just write, I wonder what I should write about now. What would be most useful to think about? How can I make the best use of this time? Don't worry about the structure, grammar or spelling. Just write and keep writing. And thirdly, analysis and evaluation. This is directly related to your CPD activity. Before you start a session, set yourself some targets and then afterwards analyse and record what you have learned. Then put it into context and decide how you can apply it. Maybe identify further work, ideas to follow up, or books to get hold of. Remember to take the trouble to review your writings, maybe once a week or on the first day of each month. Not only will this help embed what you have learned, but it will be a great motivator to look back and realise what progress you have made. It's useful at the beginning of every year to carry out a personal audit to review what you are, where you are, and where you're going. So here are some questions that I've found useful. They will help you decide where to focus your energy. Because if you do what you really enjoy and avoid what you don't, you'll probably find that you're doing more of what you're best at and continuously improving. So here are the questions. What do I really, really enjoy? What do I truly love to do? What do I enjoy? What do I not enjoy? What am I really good at? What is important to me? And what do I want? When you have answered these questions, here are 6 more simple questions to help you focus on what you need to do. Where am I now? How did I get here? Where do I want to go? Why do I want to go there? What stands in my way? And what am I going to do about it? My personal CPD record comes as part of the CPD for Directors subscription. You can find out more about the whole programme at cpdfordirectors.info, or you can download a digital copy of the CPD record document at mycpdrecord.info. Until my next contact, best wishes from Richard Winfield, the independent authority on director development and creator of CPD for Directors. Thank you.